was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
Good morning, Mortgage Coach. Happy Halloween. He did the mash. The monster mash. That song will be stuck in your head today, whether you like it or not. I'm so sorry. Okay, wow. So I think, mixed news. I think the correction is about done. I hope you didn't panic yesterday. We got the 60 basis points I told you we might. GDP, I'm going to put that on the left side, but not really, and I'll show you why. 2% is not going to cut it. Chicago PMI, that's probably the only real thing that I would say, okay, this is good. And the whole manufacturing sector continues to show signs of strength. And as we've said over and over, if it ain't housing, it's going to have to be manufacturing. So when we get stronger manufacturing, that makes us feel good. On the other side of the coin, we had a great 7-year auction yesterday. And Michigan sentiment is terrible. And the question for you to ponder until my closing slide is, why do we keep getting pretty good news, and yet Michigan sentiment is down? I have a theory. Okay, so here's GDP. Drew this line for you, and as you can see, 2% ain't going to cut it. If we go back 17 years or so, you can see it's just not enough. We need growth above that mark. We really want growth kind of in the 4% range. And if we're going to create jobs, we got to be up above this line. 6 to 7% creates jobs. So as long as we stay here, it is ho-hum, same story, not a good place. The Michigan sentiment number, look at how bad that is. So if we draw a line, you can see that it's pretty much never been this bad. And in good times, it's been over 120. So this line is way too low. So why? Now you're curious, right? GDP was released, and actually, Treasuries liked it. And the reason Treasuries liked it was for the reason I just said. There's no takeoff velocity there. Mortgage-backed securities a little more confused between the Chicago PMI releases, and I think it kind of sold us off more than it helped us here. So this is par 60 is really where we got to be careful, because remember yesterday I did the math and I said the correction's going to take us somewhere between par 60 and par 70. So we kind of ran up that gamut, and now we've run back down, and this is it right here. This is the moment of truth. We closed our gap yesterday. This run-up today closed our gap from a few days ago, so we're settling old debts, which is nice. We got above the trading range, the trend line, and we could be in a new trading range. But if we don't hold this, we're going to run, I would say, hard. I don't look for a small movement down. On the other hand, we could run up as well. This is just too much mixed news, and I know I'm wishy-washy on this one. Sorry. Treasuries, same story, although this time we did not get above the trend line, and we bounced off it, and I am a little bit concerned. I'm concerned we could give some of these gains back today. All right, so in closing, we're at the top of the technical correction, in my opinion. Fundamentals may not be strong enough to keep the roll. We could actually falter here. The 7-year auction was good, but the market did not respond yesterday, and that scared me a little bit. Michigan sentiment is super weak, and here's the theory. Every time you turn on the TV, you hear a political ad talking about how awful things are, because everybody's trying to blame the politicians, which I guess some blame is due, but they're working so hard to get themselves elected that they're actually hurting the economy in the process. Come on! Do you care more about getting elected or helping the economy? I think we know the answer to that. I'm tired of it. GDP was better, but it's well short of the takeoff velocity that we need. I said this already. Be really careful right here. Your thought for the day. I actually did not make this one up. It's in the Bible. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Or something like that. Something very close to that. The problem is that we keep wasting our wishes by stating what we don't want. When I'm coaching, and I've coached hundreds of people, and the first thing I say is, what do you really want? And people go, I don't want to feel this way anymore. Okay, well, that's nice. You just told me what you don't want. And then I'll say, what do you really want? I don't really want to be in this bad. What do you want? Stop telling me what you don't want. Because telling what you don't want is not asking for what you want. Make sure you very clearly state your intentions, and good things will happen. Happy Halloween. Be safe. Bye, guys.